Hi kindergartners! Today we are going to learn about something called a silhouette. A silhouette, I guess the easiest way for me to describe a silhouette is if you go outside in the morning when the sun is rising or at night when the sun is setting, and the sky can be a really pretty color. In the morning, sometimes I have noticed that it looks almost like cotton candy, so kind of pink and some blues and some purples. And then sometimes at sunset, there are a lot of really pretty yellows and oranges and kind of reddish orange colors. And at that time, if you look in the distance at the horizon, so the horizon, that would be the space or the place where the ground and the sky meet. If you look at the horizon and any objects that are on the horizon, they look black. So if the sun was setting and I was in a flat field and there was a tree in the distance, a really tall tree, that tree would look black, and then the sky behind it would be bright and colorful. That is a silhouette. So for our project today, we are going to be making a silhouette of a bird. And we are going to be using circles and other shapes to draw our bird, and then we will paint our background and we'll worry about coloring the bird next time, but our bird is just going to be black because it's a silhouette. So I will do the drawing demonstration and probably the painting demonstration in just a second. Okay, so we're going to begin this project by drawing and sharpieing our birds. And then in the background, eventually we will start to add paint. So today we'll focus on the drawing and also on making a border, and then next time we will focus on painting the project. So what you are going to do is draw, I'm going to say 2 or 3 birds, and we're going to draw them using shapes, circles, ovals, and kind of like a half a circle, I guess we could say. And we want to make sure that we're filling up most of our paper. So I kind of want to start at the top of my paper, and I'm going to make a circle. And that circle is going to be the head. Now, I draw it lightly at first and kind of sketchy. And then when I get the shape the right way, or the way that I like it, then I darken it up a little bit. So I said I wanted to do 2 or 3 birds. I think I'm going to make another one, and this one's going to be a little bit smaller. So I'll make that head a little bit lower. And then for the body of my bird, I'm going to do like it's kind of like a capital U or a teardrop shape, like that. And on this one, you can do the same, but there's another way you can do it. You can do it and kind of make it look like a half of a circle. Kind of reminds me of a taco shell, like this. All right. I'm going to add some beaks. Now maybe you want your birds walk in different directions, or maybe you want them both going the same way, but I'll use triangles to make my beak, like that. And then I'm going to give mine little spiky hair up here. Okay, same thing down here by the tail. Some little spiky feathers for the tails, like that. And then the legs. So I'm just making 2 lines for each leg, like that. So you're making the same type of line 4 times, which is then going to make 2 legs. And then we'll just make little triangles for the toes. Okay? Just like that. Maybe I want this one to have straight legs. Like that. And the last thing then is to make the eyes. So I'm going to go like that and like that. All right. Now, I also want to make something called a border, which would also be very much like a frame. Now, those words might both be new words for you. When I say a border, I mean it's like a design around the outside edge of my paper. Or You could also call it a frame. So like if you have a picture at home that's in a frame, it's very similar to a picture frame, except we're drawing it instead of buying a frame and putting it in there, okay? So all I want you to do is use some different types of lines and patterns to make your frame. Maybe I want to do a pattern that is dot, dot, squiggle, dot, dot, squiggle, dot, dot, squiggle. And I would do that same pattern all the way around all 4 sides of my paper. Now, I do want to warn you that something that oftentimes happens when kids are doing this is that they end up starting to go like this. And then it goes whoop, down like that. We want to try really hard not to do that. We want to try really hard to keep our border going right along the edge of our paper, like this. Okay? Now, you don't need to use the same pattern as me. Maybe you want dot, squiggle, dot, squiggle, dot, squiggle. Maybe you want straight line, space, straight line, space, straight line, space. Maybe you want to do circle, square, circle, square, circle, square, circle, square. Whatever pattern you come up with is just fine with me. So you're going to do that pattern all the way around all 4 sides of your paper. And then when you're done with that, you're going to use a Sharpie to trace everything. So you're going to trace the whole entire bird, this whole entire bird, and then you're also going to trace your border, okay? I'm not going to continue with the Sharpie or with the tracing because my Sharpie is running out of ink and it kind of drives me bonkers when it doesn't look nice and dark. So I'm going to stop there, but I do want you to make sure that you Sharpie all of your border and then all of the lines that make your bird. I don't want you to color your bird in yet though, okay? If you have any questions, please let me know.